Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I got 1,600 pips yesterday on Nasdaq. To fully understand this video, please make sure you watch the following video. Link is going to be in the description as well to fully understand of what I did by catching this trade yesterday. Let's get straight into the video. So in this video, there's going to be a few steps you need to follow. You need to follow each and every step. If you skip the one step, you're not going to understand how to trade the strategy. So please make sure you follow all the steps. If you like the channel, please go like and subscribe. It will help the channel out a lot, and let's get straight into it. Alright, so step number one, we on the previous video that I have on the channel, it's the OTE video on how to enter on the OTE zones. So OTE stands for optimal trade entry. So step number one, we need to sort out our fib levels. So I'm going to draw the fib on the chart. I'm going to click on it. Please take a screenshot of the levels. These are the levels that I'm going to use in this video. All right, so how do we draw out our fib so that we can identify our OTE level? Now, there's a few things. We're going to draw it from the highs and the lows and from the lows to the highs. So that's a good indication of where you can find good entries. So let's say, for example, if I draw my fib from this high to this low, you'll see from this high to this low, we get an optimal trade entry. So I mark it between the 61 and the 76. Let's delete the fib. And as you can see, price came back into our OTE level and then it dropped down. Let me show you another example. If I take it from this low to this high, from this low to this high, you will see as well optimal trade into. The reason why I draw it from this low to this high, because it took out these previous highs. And as you can see, price came right up to our OTE level. All right, so let's break down the trade that I took. So we got the fib levels. You understand what an OTE is, from draw it from the high to the low. OTE stands just for optimal trade entry. All right, so the first thing you want to do, you want to make sure your time zone is in New York time. So the market opens at 9:30 of where we are starting looking for the trades. Now, the first thing that I did, I draw my fib from this high to this low. Sorry, from this high to this low. Let's just mark out where market opened. Let's just mark out 9 o'clock. Prior to 9 o'clock, I marked out my fib from this level, this high, to this low, and I marked out my OTE level. Let's just type that out. OTE level. Let's delete the fib. And then what I did, I took this big push, if I looked in the higher time frames, from this low to this high. I marked it out. And I drew out my OTE level. Let's delete the fib. All right, so these were my two zones that I was looking for. Okay, when market opens, price needs to go to one of these levels. Well, not needs to go to one of these levels, it's more likely to go to one of these levels. So what I saw when I zoomed in, I saw there's an order block resting just beneath my OTE level. So I marked out this order block. Let's just drag it to there. Change the color. Let's call it 1 hour order block. And then as you can see, when you take it from this low to this high as well, this order block falls into our OTE level from this low to this high that broke these initial highs as well. All right, so let's quickly jump to the 30 minute. So I got my two levels. Let's quickly see what happened at market open. As you can see, this was my analysis before market open. So I was waiting for price to go to these levels. Okay, so this OTE level already has been touched down here, retested down here, and then market opens. Market smashed through the OTE level into our order block, and this is where I bought. Now, where did I put my target? To this OTE level. So I literally entered my trade, as you can see here, right at the beginning of the order block. My stop loss was below this low here, and I literally targeted the next OTE level. But I exited the trade. The reason why I exited the trade around here, around there, I did exit the trade. Reason why was because I needed $480 to pass my funded account with Funded Next. The link is in the description as well if you want to open a funded account with Funded Next. Really good prop firm. So this is on my prop firm account. So I entered a trade around there. All right, so let's quickly go down to the 15 minute. So we have our levels. Let's just delete this level. Let's go to the 1 minute, what I saw. All right, so here market open. So I waited for 9:30. Let's go to 9:30. There we go. So market was pushing down, consolidated a little bit. So what I thought is we are inside our OTE level. I'm going to go in really small, and I'm going to take a small scalp from here until there. Why there? I'm going to show you from this high to this low. Where's our OTE level in this small leg when market opened? Let's change the colors. Literally, there's our OTE level. So I got in there. Stops was below here, and I literally targeted the OTE level there, and that's a 2 risk reward trade. Here's the screenshot. As you can see, entered, closed out right over there. So price was pushing down from this level into our 1 hour order block. I bought again. And where's my target? My target is this OTE level. Like I said, let's just measure it quickly. 1,600. Yes, and I entered my trade. The reason why the reason why I exited my trade at 1,600 pips was because of this level here. Why? Let's just delete it. Because there's relative equal highs. So what's resting above here? It's liquidity. So that's why I closed my trade just there. So from here till here, it was 1,600, 1,800 pips, and that's where I exited my trade. As you can see, there's my first entries on this 1 hour order block. Now, if you didn't catch this initial move, there was another entry you could have taken from this leg to this leg. Let's draw the fib. This low to this high. Let's mark out our OTE level. Do you see this OTE level correlates with a nice fair value gap here? And again, if you follow all my other videos on the channel, liquidity has been taken. We had a market structure shift here. Price came down into our OT level and I entered another trade right here. Here's the screenshot where I've entered. Stop loss was there and I targeted this liquidity level there. But I'm still waiting for price to go and touch this level here. And that was my next entry. As you can see, this was my next entry. And as soon as price reached our liquidity levels, I exited the trade. As you can see, this one was a nice 2000 pips. And yes, that's how I caught my NAS trade yesterday. So step number 1, it's the fib settings. If you didn't get it, rewind, pause, look at the settings, apply it to your chart. Where do you draw it to? You draw it from the low to the high, from the high to the low to find your OTE levels. Then you mark out your OTE. Then you can wait for the New York Open, see what market is going to do when you identified your higher time frame OTE levels. Wait for price to enter your zones, and then you enter the trade. All right, so this was the profits on this prop firm account. I just missed to pass it because I had a stop order here. So price didn't exactly. I'm out with $17 for passing the phase 1, but I'm going to do that today. I hope this video finds you well. Remember, find it next, link in the description. And if you learned something new, please like and subscribe. Share the video with everyone you know. And then yes, I will see you in the next one. Cheers.